Welcome back to our Alexander Nevsky campaign in Crusader Kings 3. In the last episode, we secured Novgorod's dominance over the northern tribes, expanded our territory, and strengthened our alliances. Several of the territories we conquered last season have converted to Orthodoxy. This is thanks in no small part to our loyal vassal Satatieto, whose own conversion set the tone for the entire region. The old pagan faith is fading, replaced by the true faith of our people. The north is becoming not just Novgorodian in name, but in culture and belief as well. Our victory has not gone unnoticed. To the west, the Livonian Order sharpens their swords, eager to push Catholic influence into our lands. Beyond them, the rising powers of Denmark and Sweden are casting their eyes eastward toward the Baltic region. The best defense is offense. We cannot sit and wait for the Livonian Order to choose the time and place of our destruction. Instead, we will strike first and subjugate them. We march directly toward Riga, the Livonian Order's capital. This war will be decided quickly if we strike at the heart. If their army dares to stand in our way, we will engage without hesitation. I have complete trust in the strength of my army. We reach Riga without resistance. Without wasting time, we put the city under siege. The capital of the Livonian Order is ours, its garrison broken. We push onward, besieging the neighboring territories to strip them of all power and resources. Still, there's no sign of the Livonian host. As we occupy more of their lands, the picture becomes clearer. The Livonian Order is already locked in a war with one of the largest Lithuanian tribes. This explains their absence on the battlefield and their unwillingness to face us directly. At last, we spot movement of a small contingent of Livonian troops heading south. Not long after, a much larger force appears, following in their trail. Now, we will hunt them down and crush them in the field. After days of pursuit through forests and frozen roads, we finally catch the Livonian host. We catch up with the first Livonian contingent and destroy it outright, our superior numbers making short work of their scattered formation. Just before their second contingent is completely destroyed, we decide to offer peace. Our terms are simple: the Livonian Order will remain intact, but they will become our tributary subject. This new arrangement immediately pulls us into the Baltic power struggle. By making the Livonian Order our tributary, we inherit their enemies, chief among them the powerful Lithuanian tribes they are already fighting. Rather than avoid the conflict, we will join our subjects' war. Preparations for a new front begin at once. Now it's time to turn our banners toward Lithuania. We catch the hosts of the Lithuanian tribes in the icy fields near Riga. This is the perfect ground for battle, open, cold, and unforgiving. The frozen ground crunches under our boots as our banners close in from the west. We advance in 3 columns across the icy expanse. The center, under my direct command, holds the bulk of our army, disciplined infantry and ranged troops forming the core of our strength. On the right flank, swift archer cavalry and lancers ride in loose formation, ready to harass the enemy line and deliver a crushing charge when the moment is right. Moments later, our center emerges from the forest. Our ranged troops open fire, arrows cutting through the cold air as they begin to harass the enemy lines. In the center, I ready my infantry for the clash. I swing my horse archers wide to the enemy's left flank, raining arrows into their formation. As planned, they begin to shift toward us, their cavalry breaking formation to give chase. That's when I order the false retreat. The moment they're overextended, I unleash my lancers. In the center, infantry brace for the inevitable charge. Shields lock together, spears level forward, forming a solid spear and shield wall ready to absorb the enemy's impact. Meanwhile, my hidden light infantry ambushers are on the move. Using the terrain for cover, they close in on the enemy's right flank, unseen and unopposed. Soon, they'll be in position to strike where the Lithuanians are most vulnerable. The enemy cavalry is shattered, scattered across the icy field. Without hesitation, I order them to wheel around and join the fight in the center, striking the Lithuanians from the flank. The center clash is brutal. Steel on steel, shouts echoing across the icy field. But the enemy is bleeding heavily. With every moment, their center weakens, and the weight of Novgorod's advance is breaking them apart. Our cavalry crashes into their ranged units, cutting them down before they can even loose another volley. The shock of the charge ripples through the Lithuanian ranks. Their center weakens, and the weight of Novgorod's advance is breaking them apart. Within moments, the mass rout begins. Warriors throw down their weapons, fleeing across the ice in every direction. We have won a great victory. The Lithuanian host lies shattered. Moments later, word reaches us that the tribe we were fighting has been invaded by the Prussians and driven from their lands. With their territory lost to another, there is nothing left to fight over. We are forced to sign a white peace, ending the war without spoils. On the brighter side, the Livonian Order has begun paying us 4.5 gold per month in tribute. It's not enough to make us rich, but it will cover the cost of a few hundred druzina. And that's exactly what I'll do. Take this Livonian tribute and turn it into more druzina. These elite cavalry have already proven their worth time and again. For a long time, we have coveted the Estonia region. Its position on the Baltic Sea makes it a strategic jewel, a gateway for trade, a foothold for influence, and a shield against Western incursions. Now, the time has come to take it from Denmark. Their grip on Estonia is not as strong as they believe, and Novgorod's strength has never been greater. We rally our troops in Pskov. From here, we begin our advance toward Narva, our first target in the Estonian campaign. The goal is simple: capture Narva before the Danish army arrives. As we push toward our goal, a sight we did not expect: the banners of the King of Denmark himself. His forces are isolated, far from the safety of their German allies. This is a rare opportunity to capture him and end the war. We split our forces, leaving a small contingent to guard our rear. Their task is grim: to act as a sacrificial shield should enemy reinforcements appear while we hunt the Danish king. For days we shadow the King of Denmark, driving him south through the countryside. The pursuit is relentless. We catch him southeast of Riga. There is nowhere left for him to run. Here, on this field, we will force him to battle. We begin our advance toward the enemy. The field is clear. I keep the same formation that has served us so well before. In the center, under my direct command, the bulk of our infantry and ranged troops, a solid core to hold the line and grind down their advance. In the right flank, swift horse archers and lancers ready to harass, outmaneuver. On the left, our light infantry ambushers, keeping low, ready to sweep around and cut into their flank once the fighting begins. The two armies close in, tension thick in the frozen air. Horse archers begin a tactical retreat, losing arrows as they fall back. Part of light infantry sweeps in to strike their flanks, forcing their line to bend. The rest executes a wider outflanking movement. The clash in the center begins. Shields slam together, spears thrust, and both armies strain to push the other back. While the center locks in brutal combat, Druzina cavalry breaks away, circling wide in a bold outflanking maneuver. Their goal, to appear suddenly on the enemy's rear. Moments later, the Druzina cavalry burst into view behind the enemy lines. With lances leveled and hooves thundering, they crash into the Danish rear ranks. The shock is immediate. Danish line begins to buckle under the pressure from both front and rear. The enemy's left flank collapses under the relentless pressure, their troops breaking and fleeing the field. Their sudden flight leaves the center dangerously exposed. The Danish soldiers in the middle are now surrounded on two sides. Soon after, the enemy center collapses as well, crumbling under the pressure from all directions. Only their right wing remains on the field, desperately holding together as the rest of their army scatters in retreat. The entire Danish army breaks. Their right wing shatters, men throwing down their arms and fleeing in every direction. What began as a contest of strength has become a desperate rout. However, in the chaos of the rout, we failed to capture the Danish king. He slips away with his life, and with that escape, the war remains far from over. This victory gives us the upper hand, but without the king as our prisoner, one mistake could still cost us the entire war. Danish troops, now joined by their German allies, have begun landing at Narva. We now face a difficult choice. Do we strike immediately at the beaches, preventing their full landing, or do we fall back and defend deeper inland, drawing them into our territory where we control the ground? One decision leads to a bold, decisive gamble, the other to a slower, more calculated defense. Either way, the stakes could decide the outcome of this war. We decide to fall back. Charging blindly into enemy could be costly. Better to wait, observe, and strike on our terms. From here, I can assess their intentions more clearly. If their numbers prove too great, I am seriously considering calling on my allies. While we wait and watch the enemy, we begin foraging the countryside and stocking up supplies. If the enemy pushes deep into our territory, we will be ready to outlast them in the field. And when the time comes to strike, our armies will be fed, equipped, and prepared for the upcoming battles. As the enemy begins to besiege our territories, we hold position in Riga, keeping our forces ready. Unfortunately, the Livonian Order is bled dry from previous wars. They have no manpower left to support us in the field. This leaves me with one clear option. I must call upon my uncle. His armies have marched beside us before, and with his help we can meet the Danish-German host head-on and drive them from our lands. My uncle accepts the call without hesitation and begins moving north to safeguard Novgorod. His march will take time, but his arrival will tip the balance in our favor. Meanwhile, I consolidate my forces in Riga, gathering every available man and readying them for the upcoming carnage. It feels as though the coming days will decide the fate of Novgorod. Victory will secure our place as the leading power of the north. Defeat would open the gates for our enemies to carve up our lands piece by piece. And so, we end our episode here. The tension hangs heavy. The ever-important battle for Novgorod looms just ahead. In the next episode, we will open with the clash that will decide the future of our city, our realm, and perhaps all of Rus. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, goodbye.